I'm going to keep on objecting until this judge finally puts a stop to the dredging up of the past.
Well, whatever Bess says has no relevance to this case, but it's true.
You guys look awful. What's going on?
Bess Hutchinson is Jason Quartermaine's ex-nanny, and she's testifying against Scott.
How bad is it?
She's killing him.
How did Mr. Baldwin gain power of attorney over Jason Quartermaine's trust fund?
He forged Susan Moore's signature
Why did he do that?
so he could steal the money. Stealing money from a child. He ought to be ashamed of himself.
Objection, Your Honor. This is not only opinion, it's character assassination.
Your Honor, a leopard can't change his spots. Mr. Baldwin's past clearly shows a predisposition towards illegal activity, especially when it comes to children.
Well, I am no expert on creatures of the jungle, but I can state with confidence that Mr. Baldwin is not a leopard. Now, he is a man. And men change for the better all the time.
Point taken, but I'll still allow it. Objection overruled.
Oh, this is just great. Why can't something go our way for a change? If I didn't know better, I'd think that judge was maybe in Rex Stanton's pocket, too.
Order, madam. I am not deaf. Anything short of a breath out of you, and I will hold you in contempt of court.
This is so neat.
I'm glad you like it. First time you've ever had your hair braided?
It's the first time my mommy ever braided my hair. I can't wait for Grandma to see it.
Yeah, I'm sure she's going to be very surprised.
Serena, it's cookie time. And guess what? I found an old comic book in a drawer downstairs. I think it belonged to your daddy. How in the world did you braid your hair like that all by yourself?
I had help.
Oh, of course. Your mommy helped you, didn't she?
Uh-huh. It's called a horsetail braid, but you don't have to be a horse to wear it.
Oh, no, of course not.
Frank, are you here?
Oh, Jolie, he went to the hardware store to get some parts. What's wrong?
When will he be back?
Al, it is a hardware store, and I mean, Frank's a sucker for tools, so, I don't know. I might have to send a search team, especially if there's a sale.
Well, I'll wait.
Well, I'd get you a cup of coffee, but it looks like you're hyped up as it is.
Oh, when you're right, you're right. Come in, Mother.
Did you know that Mommy and Daddy got married in Las Vegas?
Oh, Daddy told you all about that a few weeks ago, didn't he?
Uh-huh. But he left out some of the good stuff, like how they almost got somebody to put up his and Mommy's name on one of those big hotel signs.
That's right. But I don't remember Daddy telling you about that part.
Oh, Mommy told me that part when we were having tea.
Serena, honey, after you have your cookies, why don't you take a nap? Maybe that'll help your tummy feel better.
Okay.
Okay, and I'll come right back in a little while, and I'll see how you're feeling. Okay.
Grandma,
What?
Mommy said that before she had to leave me and Daddy, she needed a yellow baby sweater for me.
Yes.
Do you know what happened to it?
Well, I taught Lucy how to knit, and she finished it for your mommy. And then your daddy wrapped you in that beautiful yellow sweater and took you off to Canada.
Do you know where it is? I would like to see it.
Well, I really don't remember off the top of my head, but maybe Daddy knows.
Or I'll ask Mommy. She'll know.
You left the hotel so quickly. I wasn't sticking around for the details.
Do you want to hear them now?
I don't think so.
At least let me explain.
Explain what? You slept with Chris. Now you're as guilty as Dad is.
Guilty of what?
Guilty of throwing away a 30-year marriage.
Our marriage was thrown away a long time ago.
I think you've both gone crazy. I do not understand why you two can't make an effort to get past all this.
Your father and I have gone too far in different directions to do that.
I refuse to believe that. I think deep down you both still love each other.
No, Julie, we don't. We haven't for a long time. We drifted apart, and I have spent the better part of the past 25 years doing what I could to keep up appearances.
Well, I never knew.
I was a very good liar. Looking back, I realize I was wrong. We would have all been better off if your father and I had been more honest.
Was that why you slept with Chris? Because it seemed more honest?
In a way, it was for me.
I think you slept with him just to get back at Dad.
Maybe. Lord knows I was angry enough with your father. But for Chris's sake, I hope you're wrong. This marriage is over, Julie. And all your efforts to try to bring us back together are only going to cause you more pain than you're already feeling.
That prosecutor did a good job with Bess.
She's well coached, all right, but we'll see if we can rattle her a bit.
Hi, I'm sorry I can't stay. I have to get back to work, but I have you in my thoughts.
We'll be okay.
Well, I really feel that if this plan is going to help Scott in any way, then Rex has to see us completely fall apart, break up right in front of his own beady eyes.
I agree. Rumors can be helpful, but nothing cinches it like a live performance.
Promise me that we can have sort of a secret makeup rendezvous later.
Only if you give me a really good big fight.
Deal.
Think of that as an incentive to perform well.
Now, all that you have testified to happened several years ago, correct?
Yes.
Have you seen much of Mr. Baldwin since then?
No, I haven't. And I don't want to.
Well, then you don't really have any idea about his parenting skills at the present time, do you?
Objection.
Withdrawn. Miss Hutchinson, all of your present knowledge about Scott Baldwin, his parenting skills, the charges brought against him, were provided by Rex Stanton, the man involved in a recent attempt to get custody of Mr. Baldwin's daughter. Isn't that true?
Objection.
I'll rephrase it. Was the man who told you all of these things Rex Stanton?
Yes.
Thank you. No further questions.
The witness may step down. 5-minute recess. Ever tell you how good you are?
Tell me that when we win.
Don't you just hate it when a witness folds like that, Rex? You should have paid her more.
Oh, she was merely the warm-up. The game ain't over till the blonde lady sings.
They had to threaten to arrest me before I come down here.
I have no hard feelings. Just try not to bury me.
I would have to be blind not to notice how dysfunctional this family has become. I just couldn't figure out why.
Now you know.
You know, one of the main reasons I came to Port Charles was to get away from all that. To get away from my parents barely having 2 words to say to each other. I even changed my name.
Then why are you so surprised at what's happened?
I'm not surprised. I'm hurt. Part of me wants to go back to a time when we laughed a lot, and you both loved each other.
But you still want that too. I never wanted our problems to affect you like this.
How can you say that when you both come here to fight?
We came here to try to help find you. We didn't plan to cause World War III.
Well, I'm still stuck with the fact that Dad had an affair with one turn and you just slept with another.
Well, after today, I won't be able to say I fixed everything in the house but the kitchen sink.
A true Renaissance man. Well, I better get out of your way. I'd like to continue our conversation when you have time.
Anything I can do?
Yes. Hug me. No accusations, no arguments. Just hug.
It's pretty much as I anticipated.
Okay, ready or not, here I come.
Well, we'll see what the rest of the day brings.
I hope you're proud of yourself.
I'll have to call you back. I'm sorry, did you say something?
Yes, I wanted to let you know that in my vast experience, I've seen a lot of people stoop to some pretty disgusting things, but I think this is probably the lowest I've ever seen, actually making Monica Quartermaine come in and testify against Scott.
Well, I do admit it's a bad break for Mr. Baldwin, but I have absolutely nothing to do with the prosecution's strategy. I'm just a mere observer.
Ladies and gentlemen, the court is ready to resume.
I believe that's our cue.
I also need you to know that this isn't over. I think you are truly despicable. And I really am looking forward to dealing with you later.
I'll look forward to it. Oh, my, I do like them a bit feisty.
Dr. Quartermaine, we already know that Scott Baldwin forged Susan Moore's signature.
Objection. What case are we trying here, Your Honor?
Sustained. Get to the point.
The point is, Dr. Quartermaine, that you know Scott Baldwin to have committed crimes where children are concerned. Is that right?
You'll have to clarify that.
Did Mr. Baldwin forge a signature granting himself power of attorney over Jason Quartermaine's trust fund?
Yes.
In order to steal that money, thereby destroying that child. Isn't that correct?
Objection, Your Honor. If the prosecutor wants to testify, let him be sworn in.
Sustained.
Come on, hang in there, Monica.
He obviously wanted the money for himself at the expense of the child.
Objection.
Sustained. You're on a short leash, Counselor. Let's restrict the testifying to the witness.
Did Scott Baldwin try to steal money from your adopted son?
Yes.
And in your estimation as a mother, what kind of man would steal money from a child?
Objection. Opinion.
Overruled. You may answer the question.
Not a very good one, I'm afraid.
Thank you. Your witness.
Did Susan Moore have a drinking problem?
Yes.
Bad?
She was an alcoholic.
Given to erratic behavior?
Oh, yes.
So it was at this time that she revoked Mr. Baldwin's power of attorney?
Yes.
Leaving who in charge of the trust fund?
Herself.
So when Scott Baldwin forged her signature to renew his power of attorney, he could have been doing it to protect the trust fund from being plundered. Isn't that a reasonable assumption?
Objection.
Sustained.
Were any charges ever brought against Scott Baldwin for his alleged mistreatment of Jason?
No.
In the years since, have you had any contact with Scott Baldwin?
Yes.
Well, in your opinion, what kind of a father has he proven to be to his daughter, Serena?
Objection, Your Honor.
Overruled. I'll allow the question.
Well, Scott has his own way of doing things. But he's always acted with Serena's best interest at heart.
Thank you. No further questions.
The witness may step down. Court will reconvene first thing in the morning.
They want to convict me. I can see it in their eyes. Not that you're not doing a good job, but I'm going to need a miracle to get out of this mess.
You came back.
I never went anywhere. You might not always be able to see me, but I'm always here with you.
I wish everyone could see you like I do.
Yeah, you know, sometimes children can see things that grown-ups can't. And what about you? What about that nap Grandma wanted you to take?
I'm not tired.
No? What if I sing you a lullaby? There's one I always wanted to sing you.
Okay. That would be nice.
Would be nice. Oh. Oh. Well, thank you. No, so snuggly. Come here, honey. Hush-a-bye, don't you cry. Go to sleep, my little baby. When you wake, you shall take all the pretty little ones.
Isn't this the part where you say I told you so?
I'm not sure I follow.
You saw my father for who he was. After that whole con job about you being athletic director at Colson College.
There's no way you could have seen it. He's your father.
And that night at the recovery room. The way my mother danced with Chris. Something was going on there.
No way.
You go ahead, tell me what a fool I've been. Sticking my head in the sand, ignoring what was going on.
You are not a fool, all right? We all miss things that happen right in front of our eyes. It's called being human. Now, here, we're going to get through this.
Looking awfully smug.
Well, I think it's going rather well.
Yeah, well, it just started. Wait till they find out who the real kidnapper was.
But my dear boy, that will never happen.
Make it good.
Doc, look, I'm really tired. I don't want to hear it anymore. I just
I really don't care if you want to hear it or not. Lucy, I am sick and tired of this obsession of yours.
Obsession?
Obsession.
Look who's talking. You know a lot about obsession. I'm not talking just from a strength standpoint.
What is that supposed to mean?
What I'm saying is whatever happens in that courtroom about Jason and Scott in the past is just that. It doesn't mean anything now. It's in the past.
Maybe to you, but from where I'm sitting, your friend is starting to look like a first-class con man.
How dare you? Now that is going way too far.
Lucy, I can't believe what I'm hearing in that courtroom. Scott is no saint, and I won't have you treat him like one.
Wait a minute. You won't have me? I do exactly what I want, and I don't think you're in any position to offer an opinion about anybody.
Then call it a professional opinion.
A professional opinion.
Yes.
Well, let's see. Who is that from exactly? The doctor who can't practice psychiatry anymore because he lost his license? Or could that be from the guy that was the stalker who should have been on America's Most Wanted list, huh?
That was a low blow, Lucy. I can't believe you said that to me. You are so fixated on this, you've let your whole business go right down the toilet, and you are in complete denial about who Scott Baldwin really is.
Okay, fine. If you don't want to support me and Scott, then why don't you stay home? Don't even come to the trial, okay?
That's fine with me.
Fine.
If you can't discuss this rationally, I'd just as soon remove myself from the whole thing.
Well, then
Goodbye.
you're removed. Goodbye.
Well, I was just glad I was able to say something in support of you, Scott. Thank you.
All in a good cause.
Bye.
Bye, Monica. Lee, I'm gonna call Gail and see how Serena's doing.
Hello?
Hello?
Oh, Scotty, how's the trial going? Did Monica testify?
Well, they got a few hits in, but nothing we can't handle. How's Serena?
Oh, well, she's napping.
Is she still pretending to be sick?
Yes. But, you know, I really think that all this stress is taking its toll on her.
What are you talking about?
Well, Serena has created an imaginary friend.
Well, that's all right. That's normal. I mean, look at Jimmy Stewart in that movie. He had that big white rabbit.
Yeah, I know, but this is more than a friend. I mean, that's what worries me.
What do you mean, more than a friend?
Well, Serena says that her friend is Dominique.
kidding.
No, I'm not. I'm afraid I'm not.
All right, Gail, I'll be right over there.
No, Scott, you can't do that. I mean, without supervision, we could be in a lot more trouble.
Well, I'll call the social worker. I'll have her meet me there. She's sympathetic to our situation. She'll bend the rules.
Oh, okay, good.
All right, I'll see you shortly. Bye.
All right, bye.
I'll see you back at the house.
What's wrong?
What's wrong with Serena?
I don't know. But I'll explain later.
Well, wait for me.
Tonight, following an all-new Spin City, what's Drew Carey doing making out with Dharma? Watch an incredible new episode of Dharma and Greg, ABC Tonight. Watch what happens on All My Children today.